So look at that. So partner, boy, let me tell you, I will always be a child, you know, because I get fascinated by the simplest things in life. Look at that. Hey. Oh my God, I'm holding it in the wrong hand. I'm holding it in the wrong hand. Bon Dieu, bon Dieu, the pizza. That is, so you see, look at that. The thing changes color. It went from black to color. Now, partner knows that I love the pizza. So you put the pizza on that for me. You put His Eminence McNeil Griffith with Trust Yourself, my claim to fame, my slogan.
We'll take that same energy and transform it into greetings from St. Lucia, my island home.
Now, what inspired you to go from drinking from a regular cup to making cup that changing color? What happened? What inspired you? Tell me that. By the way, welcome to my channel. I'm happy to have you on. This is my friend Radel Solomon, the owner of
Empire Prince.
That's right, Empire Prince. What inspired you? Who inspires you and why? What's the reason behind all of this? And how is it going? That's a long question, right?
What inspires me is that I watch a lot of motivational videos.
Yes.
Nipsey Hussle especially.
You talk about Nipsey Hussle all the time. A man who's passed on and his legacy still lives on. That's a great thing. So tell me what impacts. Oh, sorry. Go on.
From his videos to where he came from to where he was now. That's like a big thing. And he said one quote that stuck with me. Walk in a room as if God sent you there.
Walk in a room as if God sent you there. So you're telling me the force that created the universe is sending you to do on a mission, and you know you have your backup. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So that in itself is a big thing. I exercised that once when I had to meet the deputy speaker. So I missed him on 4 occasions.
4 occasions. Yes.
But you know, most times when you miss you miss a meeting, it's like, you know, you get discouraged, you get you get disappointed. But I knew one day we'll meet him.
But he's a busy person.
Yes. But it must happen. It must happen.
That inner drive telling you you'll get it. Yeah.
So that one time we met. I told him that can I have a minute of your time?
1 minute of your time.
And that 1 minute into 10 minutes.
Wow. We'll talk about window of opportunity.
So I brought forth my product. I spoke about it. We exchanged numbers. I knew I would get that sale. I just knew that. I just knew something in me to make that sale.
Yeah, yeah.
So 2 days after, he reached out. We spoke about the mugs, the price list, everything. And in that instant, he told me he wanted 20 of them.
You wanted 20. I recall you called me and you told me, bro, I have some news for you. I have some news. And I'm like, tell me.
That was a big thing.
20. So that was a big thing.
That was a big thing. That was a very big thing. From telling you, like, you just start.
You're just getting off the ground because you didn't just start. You were already building yourself, and then you were doing one-on-one things. But
that was a tall order. And I remembered you have 20. You have so many orders in one night. And I started from 7 p.m. to 2:40
a.m. Wow.
And I had to deliver. I had to deliver.
So you had to deliver, and you set up your mind, I'm delivering because this is a yeah.
So that was a pinnacle for I call it a pinnacle. That was a pinnacle for me. And you know, most times when you reach these people, it's like, you know, you get comfortable. It's like, no, I reach a person already, and you just take a back seat.
Well, that's your mind trying to work on you.
But that's more motivation. That's more motivation to keep you pushing forward.
Yes. I know what you mean. Like sometimes we get complacent. We have an expectation to do something grand, and then we get it and we go wow. And sometimes when we exceed the expectation, or the expectation is exceeded, then we get all we get relaxed. I don't know if it's just something that's internally built in us and it's there to keep us, I don't know, the human behavioral patterns thing is something that very interesting to me. So hear that. So You kept your drive going. So that time I recall you told me you got 20, he ordered 20 mugs,
Yeah, 20.
and that gave you a fire. So then you end up selling more. Even me, he gave me one as a gift, and I ended up ordering 3 extras because my friends were actually happy to see when I put on my Instagram, oh my God, I want one, and I use them as Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
So tell me something, when your passion, that's my next question. By the way guys, today I'm doing something a bit different because lately I'm bringing people onto my channel and I'm interviewing, whether they're friends or people I know, you know, I see doing some progress in their life, whether it's in business or in their personal life. Okay, so stay tuned for even more. This is Empire Prince owner right there, Mr. Radel Solomon. I wrote down some questions. I wrote 7, but I may ask you 3 or 4. Let's just see how time permits. I want to keep this video, you know, juicy. When you feel down or out, what does it take to give you back that inner drive? You spoke about Nipsey Hussle, so he inspires you. Now, you know His Eminence always says, trust your own self. So I'm sure you're inspired by Nipsey because he's been his own self. So yeah, so I'm taking it that you trust yourself, right?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, I
Of
do.
course you trust yourself.
Yeah.
Damn man, you're my friend. You have to trust your own self. So what does it take to give you back your drive when you start feeling despondent or feeling, you know, you don't want to question your doubts come and stuff like that?
I meditate and I pray.
You meditate and pray?
Yeah, these 2 are very important. Very important.
I agree.
Because there are times when your mind thinks itself, and sometimes you just probably just a little self-doubt. Sometimes it comes like, and it comes in a way saying that, what if this doesn't work out? So now you're not supposed to dwell on that. Just
You're not supposed to dwell on that. You're not supposed to feed that thought.
Nah,
yes, something I've seen Radel in life. I'm sure we had long conversations as friends. I want, you know, sometimes because thoughts are thoughts, and a lot of people think the mind is doing its own job. The mind is your tool. You have to use it, but it's up to you to give it, you know, to give it power over you, or you say, hey, this is how I want you to think. This is what I want you to find for me. So when thoughts enter your mind, especially the ones that give you the self-doubt, whether they're coming from yourself or from the external world, when self-doubt comes, you have to, if you feed that thing for too long, that thing starts to grow, and then it starts to find you matching circumstances. I don't know how this energy and this power works, but it works.
and that's when it becomes reality.
And that's when it becomes the reality, because
Yeah,
thoughts contribute to actions and behavior, and that creates the outcomes that you get. Exactly. Wow. So what do you say you do? You actually pray and meditate.
Pray and meditate.
What do you get out of prayer and meditation?
It gives you a calm. It like gives you peace. You just know that everything will work out.
Everything will work
Yeah,
out,
God-
even if you don't see it with the physical eye.
But God who gives you the idea He will bring clients to you.
I like that. The God who gives you the idea will bring you the clients.
He will.
Now, a lot of people, you know, everybody have their own belief systems and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, I have my own interpretations or my understanding, or should I say, appreciation of the Creator. We call it a billion names, but at the end of the day, there's one supreme force in all of life. And I believe, I feel it's within all of us. It's the indomitable spirit. It's right here. If it's not in here, I cannot live and breathe. You understand? And I realize when you rely on this force, when you tune in and you zap out all the noises and stuff, you tune in, you have that knowing, that inner knowing. It's just something that tells you you'll be fine, keep pushing, take some rest, move forward. Yeah, that's what you're talking about?
Yes.
Perfect, man. I have a next question for you. What kind of challenges have you faced, personal and in business, and how did you overcome them? Like with your clients and stuff. What kind of business challenges?
The challenges I face is more like on the lines of, it's more personal. Like there are folks who just tell you like you never become that in your life. So these things is more like it just pushes you forward. So their doubts become the flaw, and that's just fuel for your drive. You know, because they are folks that are telling you that you never become nothing in life. So when you it hurts in a way.
It hurts because especially
in a
from
way.
people that you expect to be supporting you, like family and friends. Yeah.
So it hurts in a way. But then afterwards, the voice in you is bigger than any voice on the outside. So you know, like, okay, now you have to just keep pushing. Because you never know, your consistency can open doors you never thought would open. I never thought I would have reached that. Like the minister himself.
You reached the minister in government.
So like all of that, like you just never know.
You just never know. But you said about doubts being on the floor, and you said you're making your inner voice have more power. Exactly. I think, I don't know why people do this. I'm the kind of person, I know myself. This is me. I mean, I love to build myself. I've had so many challenges in life. Something I realize in life is that the challenges are there to they are there to push you. Challenges help you to stimulate your personal growth. This is what I've extracted from my life challenges. I've had many challenges in the past which hurt me so much. And I had my moments where I felt like giving up. That's the younger version of me.
Yeah.
But something in me kept me going and kept me driving forward. And I was able to, tune out all those negative voices. And I was able to just accomplish so much for myself. And I realized, and moments later, the same people that try to bring you down come to respect you. In a sense, your enemies,
It happens.
Yeah, your enemies become your footstool kind of thing. Like, and I know it hurts more when it's family members, or people you expect to be believing in you, people you probably have shared lots of great moments with and stuff like that. But yeah, at some point you have to get selfish, meaning self-caring, and kick those nastiness out. Wow. Yeah. That's good. Now, hear this, this is a nice question. You will love it. How do you define success? What is success to you?
It starts in the mind.
Boy.
It starts in the mind, how I see myself. It doesn't start with what I can do or how much money I make. It starts in the mind. That's where the idea comes to create what I want.
What you want. And when you say create, lifestyle, the type of relationship you want to have.
Relationship with my fiance and all of that.
Hey fiance, I know you're gonna be seeing this.
Yeah, so all that. So it's so.
I call her your wife though. I don't call her your fiance.
Yeah.
For me, from the time I met her, I said this is your wife. I felt that energy. I'm like, this is your wife, not your fiance. But anyway,
from time. She actually bought she bought a few of my equipment as well. Like,
and how did you feel as a man? She bought some of your equipment for you. A lot of men here think like, a woman not supposed to be doing this.
That was like, wow, like I never asked you to do that, but you did that anyways. So it was like a big thing. And coming from a place of like you just always doing things for yourself, you never had anyone doing that for you. It was like a big step.
It's a big step, yeah.
Big step. And
for you to actually accept the help.
There's something my mom said that if she had received the help long ago, she'd be even further in life. So when it happened, I remembered that. So I'm like, let me just humbly accept it.
You accepted the help.
So I did that. And even in other events, a good friend of mine, she actually, when I did the calculations, we had one of the equipment as well. When I brought it to her, it's like, it's missing. So I'm like, wow. So in mind, I thought I did it right.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the calculations.
So you miscalculated,
yeah. So these things happen.
Life.
So so I told her, okay, I only have this amount. So she's like, okay, I can put the rest, and you can just pay me whenever. So that in itself was a blessing to me because it's like, what? Like you never receive anything. So like,
yes. Yeah. And your mind might be conditioned to believe, I don't take help, I don't get help. And you got help.
If I was a different person, I would actually miss out on a blessing.
On a blessing. Yeah. My father taught me something. Sorry, no, just adding to what you said. My father last year when I was thanking my dad for how I told my dad, Daddy, I'm just appreciating how much you've contributed to my life and my siblings' life, including my mom. My mom passed on, And my father just said, he blurted out, I raised you guys to depend on yourself. And that touched me because I realized all along he and my mom were raising us to just be to be independent. And he added to that, and even if you depend on yourself, don't be afraid to get help when it comes. Yeah. Take it when it comes. It's important.
That's so true,
because we live in a society where there are people who like to just take, and there are people who are just overly give. There must be reciprocity, the law of nature going on there. Precipitation does the same thing. You must learn to give and also receive.
There must be.
They balance off each other, yeah.
Even when you're talking about the help, my dad and his wife actually helped me as well. My dad always giving me advice. Always giving me advice.
You'll have a very good relationship, I like that, yes.
Always, and he and his wife actually made logos for me for my shirt.
Imagine that.
So it was like you receive the help, you see the help given, and it's like that actually making you see that you're on the right path.
Yes.
So even if the doubt come and tell you, what if this doesn't work out? You see the progress, you see the process, you see everything that's going on. So you have there shouldn't be no doubt that this thing will work out.
Yeah, because the universe is helping you; it's conspiring in your favor all the time. So let me ask you that. So I guess while you're talking about the help and everything falling in place, anyway, carry on. I don't believe I lost my thoughts. You're talking about help coming, and you see that all these signs are in the way to show you're on the right track. Yeah.
Because even a time when Mr. Anthony, the owner of Anthony's Jewelers, I went to him for advice. I showed him what I do. He was like, okay, that's a big thing. That can be a great thing. So you talked to me about he spoke about, your service, your delivery. There are times you will sleep up, but always be better. Always be better, because there are times be late, there are times you go sleep, but just keep going.
Keep going. Don't let your little mistakes stop you.
Stop you from
My mother
watching
used to always
TV.
say that. She said, "That's life, McNeil.
Yeah, that's
McNeil, that's life." You know.
So
Yeah.
that was a big thing for me, and to hear these words from someone who's already successful in life, that's a big thing. And when I was leaving, he was like, "Oh, one more thing, don't give up," and that struck me. So you see, even when the doubts come, you're getting all that advice, you're getting everything you need to actually make you see that you're on the right path. And he telling me that I'm on the right path. So there's no way, there's no way anyone or thought can make you believe that you're not on the right path. You are on the right
Our
path.
creator, that's what I wanted to say earlier. I think our creator just supports us. I believe that our creator puts the dreams within us. We have the impulses which are there.
Yeah.
We have the some of us have one talent, some of us have two, some have 10, some have 20. Work with what you got, work within your capacity, and don't mind other people's business unless if you've been inspired by
And
them.
that one talent can make you millions. You never know.
That's what I'm
never
saying.
know.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that one
Yes,
talent.
yes.
That could bring.
I'm sure you have more than one talent.
I'm just discovering.
Yes, you're discovering, and that's true. I remember once saying a prayer years ago. I was 19 and I said, "God, let me see within me what more you've placed in me that I haven't even discovered yet." Years later, I discovered a lot about myself. I ventured out to become a flight attendant. I had started off as a banker, flight attendant, then I became a shopping consultant. In all those capacities, I got to travel around the world. You know the whole story already. And then I went on, I became it's just that life presents you opportunities. Once you remain fascinated, not every day is sunshine, but you have to have that, you have to remember that there's that indomitable spirit within you. And when you're doing it for yourself, for fulfillment. You're also doing it to help others, because there are other people looking up to you, whether you are aware of it or not. Yes or no?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
man.
true. That's true. Yeah.
Now, you already spoke a lot about your mom and dad. I know I was going to ask the question, who's your greatest supporter? So I think I'll skip this question. I think your mom, your dad, and your wife as well.
Yeah.
Your wife, his wife, not fiance. You know he's your husband, okay? Now, what do you do for relaxation? What do you do to keep yourself fresh? In a sense, what do you do as a Sabbath? You know, biblically it's written that God took a rest on the seventh day. Okay, it's a spiritual, religious concept. But I see that as not just a weekly thing. It's something that's supposed to be done on a daily basis. Even on the job, take 5 minutes for yourself, 20 minutes for yourself. But in your life, what do you do to keep yourself fresh and keep your body vital and your mind and spirit? Apart from the meditation that you mentioned.
Sometimes I just read novels, I listen to music, inspirational music. Sometimes enhancing my craft keeps me calm as well.
Enhancing your craft. I remember you said when you ordered your first set of cups, 4 of them were broken.
4 were broken.
And you worked with them.
And you know, when you see 4 broken, it's like, wow, like profit.
My
gone.
money. Yeah.
But these 4 were blessings because I use it as testing.
Yes. I like that. You
So
use it as testing. Yes.
You know, because you don't want to use 4 good months
That's true. So an opportunity was available in that.
as well.
Yes.
So that was a grand thing.
You see, life, you know me already, how I think. I have a big brain. I think outside the head, beyond the head. I think from the superconscious. I say there's no good and bad in my vocabulary. There is great and there's opportunity to learn from challenges. So I have my great moments, but it'll get boring after a minute. Okay, every day it's great. Okay, next, get a challenge. That challenge makes me discover other parts of myself. And it makes me evolve into a higher version of myself. I always say, every day I have to elevate higher. Every day I must elevate to a higher level of McNeil Griffith. Because if I don't do that, I get lazy. I feel like, what's the point?
It happens.
Yeah. So you have great, and that's having the optimistic mind. And I tell people all the time, I've said it to you many times as well, there's optimism, which means you see the bright future and you see the growth and progress you're going to make from here and now. However, negative thinking has its place. You're able to recognize the things that you don't want as well, and it gives you that fire to gravitate more towards what you do want, you know. Boy, let me ask you your next question, because how many minutes we going? Hey, 19 minutes, there we go. Where do you see yourself contributing to society's continued progress and evolution, or to the kingdom? What do you see? How do you see yourself contributing? In what way you see yourself contributing? That's a hard one for you.
That's a very hard to say.
Really?
Very hard question. I call them loyalty fees. Giving back to those that actually helped me along the way.
Nice.
Not just them, but persons that you see that deserve the help as well. But I call them loyalty fees.
Loyalty fees. So pretty much, you, like this, just to recap, the people who've helped you, you give back to them. Yeah, you thank them, you show gratitude.
Just show gratitude.
Yes. Just by you being present too, like your dad.
Just show gratitude because like it's overwhelming. Like just you being excited about it and pushing through. It's just an overwhelming feeling. Like you're receiving all this support.
Yeah. By the way, just to say something to you, because you're my friend, you do give back, and I know, and it's there are times you've reached out to me, and out of nowhere you just be like, McNeil, send me a random voice note. You'll be like, McNeil, I just want to thank you, bro, for this is actually, and it makes me feel good, you know, because people think I'm the motivator. I'm always out there sharing positive vibes. Yes, I love to talk. I love to use my voice to impact people and tell them you have a divine presence within you.
But it's also good to get it.
But it's good to get it, and trust me, whenever you do that, it really is inspiring.
It's good to get it back.
Yeah, it's also you're doing it already.
Because there are times when you need the encouragement.
I need it sometimes.
You need the inspiration. There are times you need that. So,
Brother man, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining me on my YouTube. And keep moving forward, bro. Thanks for watching, people, and